Meg. What's up? What's poppin'? Welcome to the first episode of season 14. Every year, we experience trends that come and go. So what are some 2026 trends we might see? Before we dive in to the 21 trends that Pinterest predicts, welcome back to the podcast. I'm so excited to be back here. Can you believe we're in 2026? I can't, probably because when I'm recording this, I'm actually still in 2025. I still have 11 more days to go. No, 30 days has September, April, June, and November. I have 10 days. No, I have 11. How many days are in December? It's been a month, guys. There's 31. I was right the first time. I have 11 more days left, but if you hear this, that means I survived those 11 days. And now I am also in 2026 with you. It's crazy though. 2026, and we still have the podcast. I love it here though. So my source I have is Pinterest, businesspinterest.com. We discovered this a couple years ago that Pinterest does trend predictions for the whole entire year. And I decided, what better way to start off the season than to use Pinterest Predicts? Because I was like, what did I use last season? And that's when I was like, ooh, we did unfortunately use a ChatGPT episode. We said let's ring in the new year with AI. Granted though, I have learned a lot since said video, and I do not use AIs anymore. They're very bad and toxic for the community, and also they're getting a little out of control. Like they're just getting just a lot out of control. They scare me now. But before we skirt too much, these are 21 trends that Pinterest believes we're going to see in 2026. Last year, they gave us 20 trends, so this year we have one extra trend. The first one, they called it Gimme Gummy. They said, bendy phone cases, elastic cheek tints, and probiotic treats, rubberized nail art, and 3D jewelry. What's crazy is a couple months ago, I actually saw girls saying, let's bring back bendy phone cases. Like, remember the big phone cases that you would put on? Honestly, I had them on my iPod Touch because I didn't have a phone at the time. But they were like character ones, like they were Stitch. I had a Minnie Mouse one. You could literally get anything in a bendy phone case. I'm kind of low-key here for it too, but they're too big to put in your pockets because it's 2026 and we still don't have pocket equality. We also don't have a lot of equalities anymore, but moving on. Number 2, Glamourati. It said, and I quote, the decade of decadence. It said tailor suits with sculpted shoulders 3 times the size, funnel necks for like shirts, and then chunkier, bolder, and golder jewelry. They said we are embracing the maximalist aesthetic, which is crazy because I feel like not too long ago we were all about the minimalist aesthetic. But now we're maxing it out. Also, isn't Glamourati like an actual thing, like a company? I forgot to look that up. So editing Meg, welcome to 2026 and season 14 of the podcast. But can you come in? Hey, what's up? It's editing Meg, and I think I was actually thinking of Glitterati, which is a dress store company, not Glamourati. Thank you for that. The third trend they said we're going to see is honestly my personal favorite. It is called Poetcore. They said, and I quote, aspiring authors assemble. They said this is the year we're going to be channeling our inner protagonists with oversized turtlenecks, vintage blazers, and messenger satchels. And you know what else they said? They said fountain pens are making a comeback. We all know last season, towards the end, all I did was talk about fountain pens and how I really want a fountain pen. I still want a legit one. I keep buying like little cheapo ones to see if I even like them. We also know I love my Muji pens, not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. But if Muji happens to somehow come across this is my year of shooting my shot. Hi, I love your pens. Thank you. Number 4, Neo Deco. It said Art Deco with a modern twist. Retro aesthetic with crisp chevrons, fan arches, and other geometric shapes. They said there's going to be a lot of chrome, brass, bold glam, and a touch of eccentric. That word that we couldn't say last year at all. It pops up like almost in every other trend now. Number 5, I also really like this one. They said scent stacking. It said time to mix up your spritz, blending oils and perfumes to make your own scent. And like I already do that. I think it's so fun because sometimes you love a scent, but you're like, I wish it just had a little bit more. So you just add a little bit more to it. I think it's so fun and so cool. Number 6, they said broached, and I quote, new way to wear your heart on your sleeve or tie or socks. it said that the boomer and millennial men specifically will add vintage pins, crystal clip-ons, and heirloom brooches to outfits. Part homage, part reintervention. And then one of my favorite quotes that they wrote, and it is, and I quote, "If your grandma wouldn't wear it, is it even the vibe?" I don't know why that's so funny. I also noticed, though, that a lot of these trends, they were saying they were focusing on the boomers and the millennials. So some of these trends, I honestly just stopped saying boomer and millennial because that's all they were really focusing on. They did have a couple Gen X, but I feel like they weren't really focusing on Gen Z this year. Number 7, I could not read the font on this at first, but it was Fun House. They said big top, bigger personality. They said circus-inspired home decor, like bold stripes, sculptural silhouettes, and a bit of what, you may be asking? Clownish charm. Absolutely not. I'm out. I don't want this trend. If I start, let me tell you, story time. Let's cue some spooky music here. So my mom, she put most, she's calmed down. Doesn't do it anymore. But my mom used to collect clowns, like sculptures, artwork. And she had this one clown painting that she decided to hang up between mine and my sister's room. Now, at an adult level, like when you're taller and you're looking at the painting, it just looks like a normal clown painting. But when you're a kid, the way the artist painted the eyes, he painted them like downcasting. So when you're a kid and you're looking up at this painting, it is the creepiest thing ever. It literally looks like the clown is like glaring at you. It looks like the clown's gonna like kidnap you and bring you to the fun house, except it won't be a fun house. And the worst part of all is the way she had it positioned. If the moon was shining through the window, it would reflect onto the clown, lighting it up. We cried too much that my mom ended up taking the painting down, and we all thought she got rid of it. Tell me why the other day I went in the hall closet to get something and the painting was in there. The biggest jump scare of my life. Story time over. But they said we're going to see a lot of balanced punchline patterns with pared back palettes. But paired as in P-A-R-E-D. I don't understand what that means, but we're going to move on because I hope we don't see this trend. This trend is spooky scary and not spooky scary skeletons. Number 8, they said laced up. They said this is doily big debut. Even though doilies have been around for a while. They said bomber jackets with lacy collars, bandanas with soft stitches, and even crochet phone cases. So apparently our phone cases are just going to be all over the place this year. Number 9, I think this one's also so cute. They said pen pals. They said pen pals. They said this is going to be our letter writing renaissance. They said snail mail becomes why can't I talk today? Snail mail becomes a performance art. Elaborate envelopes, special stationery, and so many stamps. Number 10, another one I like, is Vamp Romantic. And it said, and I quote, "Beauty bites back." It said this is going to be an after dark aesthetic. There's going to be jet nails, romantic goth hairstyles, smudge coal smoky eyes, all with a touch of glossy glamour. And then another question I quoted that I really liked is, I quote, "Who says you can't be both haunting and heartbreaking?" Tell me that wouldn't be a question on the back of a book. Like, imagine going to the bookstore and you pick that up and it says that. I would immediately add to cart. Number 11, they said cool blue. Cool tone coats, glacier-inspired accessories, and frosty cocktails. And it was just showing literally just this really pretty blue color, which I was like, dang, this could have been Pantone's color of the year. Have you seen Pantone's color of the year? I forget the name of it, and I don't honestly feel like looking it up right now. We'll have editing might come in, but it's white. I just all the colors in the world you could have picked. To be honest, I would have even taken like a pea soup green. I would have taken a pea soup green, but no, you came up with white, and I think it's called angel or dreamlike. We're gonna look it up, and editing might will come in here. So it is called Cloud Dancer, and they wrote on their website about this color, and I quote, "A whisper of tranquility and peace in a noisy world." Introducing Pantone Color of the Year 2026, Pantone 114201 Cloud Dancer, a lofty white that serves as a symbol of calming influence in a society rediscovering the value of quiet reflection, a billowy white imbued with serenity, Cloud Dancer encourages true relaxation and focus, allowing the mind to wander and creativity to breathe, making room for innovation. Thank you for that. Disappointing. Number 12, which is not disappointing. Afrohemian, specifically decor, it said there's going to be a fusion of African and Bohemian styles. For example, some colorful Nigerian textiles or Ethiopian wall art with hand-woven baskets and natural fiber rugs. Number 13, they said mystic outlands. Fairy tales meet fever dream. Seek out whimsical, mystical destinations like distant ruins swallowed by mist, naturally occurring spirals, moody and enchanting forests. This is our year to be whimsical, guys. Number 14, glitchy glam. They said, the perfect winged eyeliner? She doesn't go here. It said that this is going to be beauty is missing the mark on purpose. So you're going to see a lot of mismatched manis, two-tone lipsticks, and bright eyeshadow in two binary hues. And then again, the E word, eccentric makeup. Number 15 is every Massachusetts person's worst nightmare. You ready for it? Jake from State Farm would be happy right now. It is, and I quote, gotta say it slow so my accent doesn't come out, khaki coated. It said it's inspired by wanderers of the world. So khaki Bermuda shorts, adventure-ready streetwear, and vest with pockets on pockets. You gotta look like you can survive an actual desert. It's giving Jumanji. It's giving Jumanji. They want us to be out here like Indiana Jones this year. Number 16, it said Cabbage Crush. Now, when I first saw this, I thought they meant the color, like a green color. I said, oh my God, cute. That could be the color of the year too. No, they did not mean the color. They meant the actual food. They meant legit cabbage. They said, and I quote, the motto for 2026, live, laugh, leaf. More like live, laugh, leave. Am I right? That was bad. Anyways, they said goodbye to cauliflower. I didn't even know cauliflower was in the room. Cabbage is in, and they said that you're going to see like steak, but it's actually cabbage. There's going to be kimchi cocktails and crispy taco wraps. Apparently, we're all going to be eating cabbage this year. Again, out of all the vegetables in the world, why are we eating cabbage? Number 17, extra celestial. We're going to be going intergalactic. They said there's going to be holographic home accents, opalescent eyeshadows, moon dust, and cosmic silhouettes. The aliens have landed. And we all know that because the government said that years ago and nobody batted an eye. But here Pinterest is bringing it back up. Number 18, wilder kind. They like mash the word together. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be wilder kind. And it says that this trend whispers, not roars. And it said animal aesthetics, but with a delicate touch. So we're going to see some soft fawn freckles, butterfly wing nail art, and some fox-inspired outfits with a touch of forest magic. Number 19, they said throwback kid. Childhood with a throwback twist. We're going to see a lot of vintage-inspired outfits, classic toys from the 60s, upcycled baby looks, crochet playmats, and thrifted mini fits. Crochet is in this year, it seems like. It seems like every other word is just crochet. Number 20, they said darecation. Traveling for the thrill, full throttle adrenaline of it. They said examples like river rafting through 5 classic rapids or traveling for sports. They said specifically like F1 and football. And the very last aesthetic that Pinterest thinks we will be seeing, drumroll please, opera aesthetic. It's giving Phantom of the Opera, guys. Phantom of the Opera is going to be trending. They said vintage theater, dramatic draperies, and midnight masquerades. And it's not just for fashion, but like for house parties. They were saying like parties are going to be very inspired by the opera. And that is 21 trends Pinterest thinks that we're going to be seeing this year. I honestly like some of them. Some of them I'm really excited about, and some of them I really hope actually do exist and happen. But do you think that's all I have? No, because last season, we decided to end every episode with an affirmation. And I liked that. And I never went and bought more decks like I said I was going to go do. So let me go grab what I have. We're using, for the very first episode, From the Heart Affirmations by Anna Stark. And let's cue some ASMR shuffling that we all know is not ASMR shuffling. So what is our first intention affirmation going to be for the year? Whoa, I almost just dropped everything. Wait, I think one of them's upside down. It's not. I thought that one was upside down. And I was like, we can just use her. Oh no. I'm trying to save it. Because one fell and then I dropped half of it. I saved it. This is kind of fun. So our very first affirmation of the season is, drum roll please, I trust my inner guidance. My soul knows the way forward. And that is our very first episode of the season. So the next time that you start walking into stores or scrolling on social media and you start seeing some of these trends, just know Pinterest predicted it. They might be here to stay, they might leave, or they might actually never see the surface of light. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Hey Guys, It's Meg. You can follow Hey Guys, It's Meg _podcast on Instagram for updates and good times. Come back next Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern, where I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about how we can romanticize the winter season. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace out, Girl Scouts.